All right. Good morning, guys. Morning. You guys already know. This, you can see by the title of this video, I really think this is setting up. I already have risk on the table for it, but I think the risk reward is here for this inverse head and shoulder. I'm definitely playing it, so we'll see what happens. But I definitely think that this Nasdaq and the ES are showing some very nice inverse head and shoulder, good risk reward opportunities to the upside. I know a lot of people have trouble flipping and probably will call me crazy, but these are the times where I take my shots. Right? These are literally this week when markets start to hold and show really clean technical formations, like an inverse head and shoulder, which I've played in the past. This is when I take my shots, because this is where you get your largest return on risk. I know it's a little bit difficult to see or trust, but this is sort of where I'll always be accepting of taking losses. So that's sort of what I'm watching right now, guys, and we'll talk all about it today. We've been talking about it every single day. If you come to the live streams, you know we've been looking at this inverse head and shoulder for like 2 weeks now, and it is. I think it's setting up. So we'll look at that inverse head and shoulder, which I have in the title of the live stream, obviously. We'll look at some really nice chart setups, both on tech, on the Dow, on financials, XLP. A lot of really good risk-reward setups to the upside. I know, there's possibility that this all comes falling down because of tech earnings. That would be my only concern. My only concern here is if tech earnings sort of screw everything up. That definitely can happen. So that would be the one caveat to the plan. Would be, some negative earning reports from the big guys, from Apple, from Tesla, from Facebook, from Nvidia, which is further on. Nvidia's in May. But this week we do have some big guys reporting. So yeah, it's definitely interesting. I'll talk to you guys about where I previously played an inverse head and shoulder, and this is when I got 1,000% on Nvidia, which was probably one of my biggest gains, probably top 5 biggest gains I've ever made. So let's get started. I don't want to get overly bullish on you guys because people don't like when I do that, but right now I just can't fight the fact that there is really good opportunity here if you can just see that upside potential on the inverse head and shoulder. So futures, as always, that's always the forefront and the most important thing. You've got to watch futures at all times. Futures are showing you everything right now. Next, earnings calendar, which is probably the most important thing right now, more than anything, earnings calendar. So you guys know Netflix reported yesterday and got I don't even know what's the adjective for yesterday's. Let me know what you think the adjective for yesterday's earnings report on Netflix is. I probably can't say it, but feel free to type it out in the chat. So Netflix yesterday, IBM actually reported pretty well, which is good for the market. IBM did pretty well. Today, Procter and Gamble. I think Lululemon reported earnings, or they just put out expectations, because I'm seeing stuff coming out on Lulu, some really, really bullish stuff on Lulu. I'm not sure if they reported earnings, though. They didn't, because they just reported back in March. So it looks like they're just sort of coming out with some expectations, really. And they're all very, very high. So good stuff on Lulu. You guys can see that right there. But back to the earnings calendar, you guys can see Procter and Gamble this morning, bent over. Nothing too much else. Abbott Labs. Today after hours, guys, this is huge, right? Tesla. Please don't play this with money that you can't afford to lose. If you do play earnings, you guys know earnings with option contracts is a recipe for disaster. But Tesla, earnings after hours, United Healthcare, CSX is interesting, Lam Research. Yeah, I don't know. Lulu, I don't know what it is about Lulu, but they just always kill their numbers. They always have fantastic numbers. I don't know if they're Will Smith. I don't know if they're sort of getting creative on the books or something. I don't know, but Lulu has really good numbers, and people just love buying stuff from Lulu, no matter how expensive it is. It's crazy, and I'm definitely I'm not a crazy Lulu person, but I definitely have my assortment of Lululemon clothing, which I have to tell you, I mean, that's like my favorite thing to wear. So other people must feel the same because that stock is strong. I might actually increase my allocation in Lulu shares in my M1 account. American Airlines, AT&T, Snap tomorrow after close. Nothing much else there. And then the next week is the big stuff, guys. So let me pull that up real quick. Here's the big stuff next week. Right here. Probably fraud. I don't know what it is, man, but they have some crazy... I'll show you guys what they talked about. Microsoft, Alphabet, big. Visa, 3M, big. GE, GM, big. All these are big. Coca-Cola on Monday, that's big, right? You got Meta, Facebook, PayPal, Ford, Qualcomm, Spotify, Boeing, all big. Apple, Amazon, Twitter, Intel, Roku, Robinhood, Caterpillar, Southwest, all big again. So this is where it gets interesting. This is the week. This week right here, guys, the 25th through the 29th, this is the week that either makes or breaks this move, right? This is the week. Because if all these guys say good stuff, I think we go higher. If all these guys have bad earnings, it's going to bring us down pretty substantially, in my opinion. So this is the week where things get pretty interesting right here. 27th, really the 27th through the 26th through the 28th. These 3 days. So that is next week, guys. So very interesting. All right. Economic calendar is next. Today is today's Wednesday. Wow. Quick week. Today's Wednesday. Existing home sales at 10 o'clock. That's just interesting for me to see the real estate market. I'm very interested to see that. I've been really focused on the real estate market lately, so interested to see what that comes out and says. Some Fed presidents, beige book, Thursday jobless claims, and then this is pretty interesting tomorrow too, guys. James Bullard and Jerome Powell will be speaking 12:30 and 1 o'clock. So back to back. This could be some market moving action here tomorrow around 12:30. Okay. With that said, let's go ahead and get into our schedule here. So NVIDIA, Microsoft, Google, all three of these stocks have absolutely fantastic daily charts. If you don't like trading options, this has to be, I'm not going to recommend you do anything, but I will, as a friend, I will tell you, hey, take a look at these charts because these are great places. If you do not have shares of these stocks, or if you want to start a long-term portfolio, I really don't think you can go wrong with these daily charts on shares. I think this is a good little place to start nibbling on some shares on these stocks. NVIDIA, Microsoft, Google, triple bottoms, all look fantastic, all look pretty much the same. Obviously, earnings can mess this all up. Obviously, that's the only thing that we sort of struggle with right now is that earnings is approaching and could sort of change the script. But if I'm just looking at the technicals, Microsoft, Google, and NVIDIA all have great triple bottoms. Facebook. We talked about Facebook yesterday. If you came to the live stream yesterday, you know we talked about the Facebook retest of 210. Well, Facebook was probably the strongest. I know I said Meta. I know. I quickly said Facebook after. It's Facebook. It's not Meta. Facebook had the perfect retest of 210 yesterday and was arguably the strongest stock yesterday. So congratulations, guys. If anyone comes to this live stream, if anyone pays attention to what we look at, we have been spot on, and Facebook was another insane opportunity. Lulu, perfect break and retest on Lulu. We talked about this over the last few days. The strength continues, and I think it's going to continue again because they are coming out with some incredible, they're just coming out with a lot of buzzword things this morning. That's really all I could say. The buzzwords are flying on Lulu this morning in the news. So keep an eye on Lulu today. Netflix rip. We'll take a look at Netflix. Costco holding 580, an absolutely incredible hold on Costco. And why did Costco hold? It's because the XLP did an all-time high retest, which is what we talked about yesterday as well. Awesome. I mean, everything we talked about yesterday just came perfectly into plan. XLP all-time high retest was perfect. You guys can see the XLP, I think, made new highs yesterday after retesting previous all-time highs. An insane bounce. Procter & Gamble had earnings this morning and is higher. Looks pretty good and probably a stock to watch, especially if XLP is strong. Really nice retest and earnings. I think you get more upside here. And then finally, financials. Financials have been really beat down, and the Dow yesterday had an insane wedge breakout. We'll look at it in a second, but we've been talking about that wedge on the Dow. And I was saying, as you get tighter into this wedge, there's going to have to be a big move. I don't know the direction, but there's going to have to be a big move, and it was to the upside. And it was a really awesome wedge breakout on the Dow. So if the Dow can continue, financials should get some support there. So can the financials start to push off that? After that, if you guys remember this live stream, which I want to say thank you to, first I want to say thank you to El Jefe, $4.99. Thank you, sir. That doesn't go unnoticed. Appreciate you. And Jay Price for becoming a super supporter. Appreciate that, Jay. Thank you so much. If you guys are a member of the live stream, if you guys support the channel, make sure to go to the community tab or the membership tab and put your tickers in the Google Docs for us to look at today. And happy 420, everyone. Before I move on. All right. Let's do this. Nasdaq. Here it is, guys. We've been looking at this for about 2 weeks now. The possible inverse head and shoulder setup. And I really like this right now, right? This is where I am willing to potentially start taking shots, looking for this. I'm not looking to get in here, guys. This is, here's the difference, right? The keyboard warriors, hindsight traders, all those people, they get bullish here. This is where they get bullish, right up here, right? Because the market just rallied 10%, right? And they're, oh, wow, we're bullish. We're actually bullish now. And now we push higher, and, now I get bullish at this supply zone. I don't like doing that. I will always be the first person to be looking for opportunity, risk reward to the upside. So, that's just my style. Some people may not agree with it, but I'm okay. It doesn't really make a difference to me. I like looking for opportunities before people are comfortable with the opportunity, because that is where I make the most money. If I can get in with risk I'm willing to take while people are still fearful, that's where I like to take advantage of things. I'm okay being wrong, right? I understand I could be wrong here, and I'm okay with that. I am totally okay with being wrong when I'm taking a high risk-reward setup, because I'm taking a risk there. But I'm taking a risk with money I can afford to lose, and I'm taking a risk with money that, I'm taking a risk with possible pretty far upside, with high margin to the upside. So I'm definitely starting to get interested here. I definitely have some risk on the table, and obviously just shares, tons of shares of everything. So, and have been buying this dip, of course, as always. So I'm definitely looking to see if this inverse head and shoulder works out. It may not. Earnings could definitely screw us up, right? If tech earnings are terrible, this is just going to fall and probably move back to these lows. Totally possible. But I like the look of this inverse head and shoulder, and I am definitely interested in playing it. I think the key breakout is right here, guys. And we definitely could reject off this morning, right? This could be a pretty nasty rejection point this morning. So do we pull back? Yeah, we might. We definitely might pull back here. This is a big resistance point on the Nasdaq, right at 14.3. This is the level that I need to see break to feel more confident. This is the level that if I see 14.3 break and start to retest or even just fly right through, this is where I get more confident, because this is a multi-week breakout, right? You guys can see this is over the last 2 weeks. And if we are able to make a higher high over the last 2 weeks, that turns me bullish. So 14.3, this is huge. And if we do not break this, I could definitely see, a pullback. This is where we pulled back off recently. And we could definitely do it again. There's nothing stopping the Nasdaq from pulling back off this level. So 14.3, the momentum seems to be there to get through. But we need to get through that today. We need the market to prove to us that there is strength to get over 14,300 on the Nasdaq. That is the crucial level here. So big watch today. Big watch. This is huge. This is, sort of momentum. This is going to either kill the momentum for the rest of the week or really push this market higher for the rest of the week, in my opinion. And of course, Tesla earnings is another big one. So that's it. 14.3. The last time I played an inverse head and shoulder, I will share it with you guys. It was on the ES, which we'll go to right now. The ES, the last inverse head and shoulder I played, which I got NVIDIA for 1,000%, was right here, right? And of course, the macroeconomic scenario is a little bit different now than it was then. But this inverse head and shoulder right here on the ES was where I got a sick move. And this is sort of me I just trusted this inverse head and shoulder. I saw the right shoulder building, and I went ahead and took this long. And you guys can see, look at that push after the inverse head and shoulder. So that's interesting. And I think we're setting up very similarly here. It's a little bit different, definitely more extended, a little bit of a larger setup than this one. But this looks pretty good in my opinion. If I zoom in here, I will show you something that is stronger on the ES than the Nasdaq. Yeah, I know it's setting up. I know the Nasdaq's rejecting right now pre-market, but it did just quickly push into it. So if I go to the 1 minute, well, I'll show you guys if you're not looking at it. So you can see, look, it's very clear. Look at that. Look how clear that rejection is right now. That doesn't mean we're going to do this, but that definitely means this is going to be a little bit tough, right? This is going to be tough up here. 14.3. I would rather see us pull back and do it at market open. I don't want to see it break through at pre-market, really. Okay, ES. Why is the ES a little bit stronger? Here's why. I'll show you right now. You guys remember that 14.3 level I just showed you? Well, that 14.3 level is 44.45 or 44.50 on the ES, right here. That 14.3 level that I just shared with you on the Nasdaq, which we were rejecting right now, right? You guys see this right here? 14.3. That level is 44.50 on the ES, right here, right? Because you can see the rejection. These are the same rejections that we showed on the Nasdaq, right? But what did the ES do? The ES is through that level, right? The ES got through that level this morning, right here. So ES is clearly stronger and is through the levels that you need it to be through and is starting to show signs of a downtrend break here. You could sort of draw this a few different ways. You can draw it from here, right? You can draw it from maybe from these highs. It's not perfect on the downtrend, but either way, the ES is through the level that you need to see it through. And that is interesting to me. Right here. On the hourly chart, you guys can see it. Rejection, 44.50. Boom. Right through it this morning. So, ES is the strong one. Nasdaq still lagging just a little bit. You can see the rejection. The ES is basically, if you were to say this was the ES, you're basically like right here, right? Up into the 44.4s, 44.5s. Because you can see that you've got that break. So today, if you get a pullback, you need to see this hold, right? You need to see this hold. You need to see that hold right there, 44.50. Not worried about Nvidia's share double. I don't. I think I'm a long-term bull for Nvidia. I could care less. I mean, you just can't ignore the fact that Nvidia's product is probably one of the most high-demanded products in the world right now. So that's all I think about. I don't really think about anything else besides that. What product does the company make? Is it in demand? And is it in demand into the future? And everything that I see, or at least know about the world, I could be wrong. I think Nvidia, their product, their company is set up for a very long-term success with the way the world is going. So, the share dilution, if it even gets approved, is maybe a little short-term hiccup. But for the long term, no, I have no concerns about that. If you guys didn't know, it's so different than a stock split, but even Apple has. I guess it's not really a similar comparison, but Apple has split their stock like how many times, and it always comes back. I think it's a similar type of thing. I mean, maybe if they do approve the dilution, it's gonna come back. I mean, why would it not? It's Nvidia. Nvidia is set up for some insane success. If I know anything about the world, I think if we all know anything about the world, could be wrong, is what it is, but that's what I think. Okay, the Dow. This is the Dow. This is what we talked about yesterday. This was not here yesterday, right? It looked like this. This was right there. This is what the Dow looked like yesterday, and we said, watch out, because there is a very strong wedge forming with a flat bottom and a downtrending top. And look at the breakout that we saw on the Dow. If you go to the 1-minute chart yesterday, the Dow was literally straight up all morning, right through that rejection, that downtrend. That looks fantastic, man. It really does. So I would be looking for more upside here. The Dow looks very strong. I would say you probably get up to the 35.2s, back to these previous highs. If the momentum continues, I would look for a push into this 35.2 area, personally, on the Dow. And if the Dow is strong, you got to watch your Dow names. 3 biggest Dow names, if you're not aware, is Home Depot, it's UNH, and it's Goldman Sachs. Those are your 3 largest Dow components: Goldman Sachs, UNH, and Home Depot. So those are where I would watch if this Dow continues to run. Very strong Dow. It didn't even have an effect due to Netflix earnings also, which is awesome, because that doesn't matter to the Dow. So if you want to get away from any of this tech craziness, tech sort of weakness, Dow's the way to go, guys. The Dow has no effect from tech. So Russell actually, I think, had a decent day yesterday. And maybe it's actually becoming relevant. Sort of not. But you can see the Russell had a decent day, and maybe, let's see if we can get up to the 21. All right. So to sort of recap, the futures for you guys, they are definitely getting into a very interesting place for risk reward to the upside. I'm not 100% sold on it, but I am definitely seeing the setups starting to form. There's no doubt about that. You can sort of feel the market sort of, relaxing over inflation, relaxing over the Fed's plan, relaxing over some of the concerns. You can sort of tell that the market is trying to price it in. You had James Bullard say that the market has priced in this inflation. Believe it, you can believe that or not, but it does seem like the market is starting to try to hold. The inverse head and shoulders is trying to hold. And is there a chance for a relief rally? I think there is. I think there definitely is. Does that mean we're going back to all-time highs? Absolutely not. Right? Absolutely not. No one should expect this market to go back to all-time highs. I don't even, I'm pretty bullish, and I don't see that happening. So, is there relief rallies to take advantage of? Yeah, there definitely should be. And I think I think maybe one's coming. So that's what I'm watching. I could be totally wrong. As always, guys, I'm not here to tell you. I don't know what's going to happen in the future. I'm just here to tell you what I'm thinking, and that is sort of my mindset right now. So, that's just take it with a grain of salt. I'm just another guy sharing with you guys what I'm looking at the market, and I can see the signs. So, NVIDIA. Why do I like NVIDIA here? Well, I like it because the risk reward is incredibly high. That's really one of the main reasons. I don't love the tech situation. I don't love, James Willard only said the bond market's priced in inflation. I'm just taking it from CNBC. So if CNBC misleads us, I'm sure they do it all the time. So yeah, I guess so. I'm just, don't kill the messenger here. If CNBC wants to mislead us, then so be it, because I'm sure everything on their website is misleading. But so NVIDIA, you guys can see right here, I really like this little bottom. I like this 208, 210 area, and I want to see it over 228. Over 228 is where I want to see NVIDIA go. If NVIDIA gets over 228, then I am definitely looking for upside, because I don't see much until 240s and maybe even 260s. There's just not quite anything here after this 228 break. You guys can see right here, this was a really quick move to the downside. Yeah, Lewis, I understand we're in a correction, but there's upside moves to play in a correction, and you got to be opportunistic when it's showing. That's how I look at it. 228 is where I want to see NVIDIA over. If it is, you guys can see there is very little rejection here, and there's a lot of gaps to the upside. So let's see what happens. This is what I'm watching. You guys can see if I go to the 4-hour chart, it looks very similar right here. If you break over this 228 right here, you guys can see 228, I would look for this push, right? I would look for this push. If you get over this push of 228, I would look to see if there is a breakout over this key level right here. So that's what I'm watching for in NVIDIA. If we get over 228, I'm definitely looking to play that bullish. Microsoft, another one, exact same setup. Look at this triple bottom on Microsoft, guys. Little triple bottom on Microsoft setting up. Is this a good time to play? Got to play what the market gives and watch the technos. It's absolutely fantastic comment from Teabag. Absolutely a fantastic comment from Teabag, because a lot of people get wrapped up in everything negative that's going on and they ignore the technicals. You can't ignore the technicals here, guys. You can't ignore what the market's showing. When the market is showing something, you have to react to it. You just can't continue to worry about everything that's going on when there is a technical formation that is starting to show itself. That's where you miss opportunity. That's not being opportunistic. So if you like to be a trader and you like to try to take advantage of any type of opportunities that are presenting themselves, just watch the price action, watch the charts, and trade them. Stop thinking about all the negatives and every reason why the market should be at zero. That's what most people like to do, but opportunistic is the way to go. That's how I like to look at it. I'm always going to be an opportunistic person. So when I see Microsoft in a huge demand zone, I'm taking opportunity, right? When I see Microsoft sitting here at a huge demand zone, I like opportunity, right? So I'm looking to see can Microsoft start to push out of this triple bottom. So you guys can see on the 4-hour chart, we are definitely starting to get some movement here. I think if you get over like the 290 area, that's where I want to see Microsoft get over. Right over this 290. If you can get over this 290, you're getting over about 2 weeks of price action, and I think you have a pretty easy move into 297 area, right? So I think you have a nice move here if the Nasdaq is strong, if we get more momentum. Then I like that Microsoft off the triple bottom. Shares at the very least. Google. I think 290. Jim Sanity. Here's Google. Look at this. That is something I like a lot. I don't know how else to put it, guys. This is something I like to see. Google sold off 12% in 5-6 days, literally straight down, right into a demand zone, and is holding incredibly strong here. I like this a lot. I think there's opportunity here. I could see this moving higher if there's any type of short-term relief on the Nasdaq. I think there is opportunity at this triple bottom. At the very least, your risk to reward is very high, right? Your risk is here, and your reward is probably up to around 28.30, giving you at least a 3-4 to 1. I like this here. It doesn't mean that you go buy this without doing your due diligence. It doesn't mean that earnings on tech could clap this move. It's totally possible, right? The rejection today off 14.3 could cause this to move to the downside. There's a lot of factors that could cause this not to work out, but we can't ignore the triple bottom that is forming here. I think the level on Google is probably right around this 26.45. I'm basically just looking for what was the last pivot high, and where do we free up, right? Where does the move become free? The move frees up above this 26.45, right? Because you had straight downside, you had a little bit of a pivot high right here, and the move frees up above this level right here, right? So I'm looking for a break over 26.45. Really, all these moves should break out if the Nasdaq continues past 14.3, right? I just wouldn't play earnings, man. I wouldn't play this on earnings. It's just not my style. I would rather just scalp a breakout or maybe just swing trade a long-dated contract. But I would not, I wouldn't just play this for earnings. Just because technicals don't matter when earnings comes around. We know that. Okay. Facebook. God, this chart was really nice, guys. And I definitely missed it. I talked about it in the live stream, and I didn't take it myself. I was distracted with different plays. And this, I just never quite got it. So look at this beautiful break and retest on Facebook yesterday. This is just textbook stuff. So break, retest. Why did we hold 210? Well, it's quite easy if you just look at the charts. We held 210 because it was a previous resistance level. Very easy. Not rocket science. Nothing that is something that you can't learn or you can't play. Why did Facebook hold 210? Previous resistance turning into support. It's called the break and retest, and it happens every single day. It happens every single day. Everywhere. Break and retests are always occurring and always presenting opportunity. You guys can see we held this 210 for 2 days, and yesterday we had a huge move off of it. This is awesome. This is a sick move off that retest. Congratulations. As long as you're above 210, I think Facebook stays bullish, but you need to hold above 210. You need to try to curl off this 210. Maybe a little bit more consolidation and then maybe a curl higher. But you have to hold 210 without a doubt, right? Because this is previous support or previous resistance turning into support. And that is the break and retest. So if I was to play Facebook, you could even try to, the risk reward is just insane here, right? Because you put your stop under these lows and you have you have either a reward to these highs, which would be already like a 5 to 1, or you can, obviously if you think it goes higher, which is, a little bit crazy to think it comes up here. But even right now, risk reward is insanely high with the stop below this retest level. That was a sick play. Woo-woo. I love this, and I missed it. So recently there's been so many retests that it's just impossible for me to play them all. But, I hope some of you guys out there are playing some of it. Let me see if I probably posted this one. I mean, you guys know if you come to the live streams that we talk about this all the time. But, yeah, I'll just share it with you. Okay, here you go. Just to give you, not going to brag or anything, but just to give you an idea of what we do in the Discord chat, right? I'm posting charts every single day. And here we go, guys, right here. I mean, these two charts right here pays for, probably 20 years of the Discord chat. So, Lululemon, right? I really like this retest off 385. Upgrades came out this morning, watching for move towards 400 today. This is what the chart looked like at the time. right? Look at the retest. Rejection, rejection, support. Look at that upside. That's a retest. That's sexy. And you can see what happened yesterday, right? Boom. Retest. Facebook, 210. Keeping tabs on Facebook today. Nice retest of 210. However, we need some type of tech strength. Not ready to play it, but worth watching. So that's probably why I missed it, because I wasn't fully confident. But Facebook, 210 retest, right? And there's your bounce off the retest. So just, keep an eye on these retests, guys. It's I just can't stress it enough. If you're looking for a strategy, if you're looking for a structured way to trade, look for the retest and just try it out. Try to just look for retests for a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Try to just look for one thing on the market. And I promise the retest is not a bad thing to look at. Woo-woo. We'll go over it a little bit more in depth. You guys can see on the daily chart right here. This was a previous support turned into resistance. And what did it do right here? Right? Previous support or previous resistance turns into some insane support right there with a daily chart wick to the upside. That is really nice stuff. That is really nice stuff right there. Push, retest, and you get your bounce off of it. 15-minute chart. Let's get a little bit more time. 15-minute chart. Rejection, rejection. Support. Boom. So, love that. Woo is awesome. This morning, crazy stuff they're saying. Woo aims to double revenue by 2026. Lululemon projects to double revenue to $12.5 billion. Sees EPS growth outpacing revenue growth over the next 5 years. Sees annual square footage growth in low double digits. On track to quadruple its international revenue relative to 2018. Expects double size of men's revenue in 2021. Just a lot of, or 2026, I'm sorry. Just some crazy stuff they're throwing out there. So, interesting. All right. Next, Netflix. Rip. I don't even know how to get this entire chart on the screen because you got to go real far back to see where Netflix is at. I got to go like 20 years. Yeah. So Netflix is actually trading down. What's it trading at? 250. Need about 250. Right down here. Wow. Yeah. That's bad. Netflix is trading at 2018 levels. Can I get this on the 4-hour chart? Let's see. 4-hour. How much time can I grab with the 4-hour? Not enough. No, not enough. The 4-hour does not let me go back far enough, guys. The 4-hour is the only chart that lets me see the actual ticker or the actual stock price. But you can see. We're down at this. You guys see this green bar I made? We're down at that green bar. If I go to the weekly chart and I go and get more time, let's go max available. Geez, man, we are down here. So, guys, I just wouldn't be a buyer of Netflix honestly, because they just reported their first subscriber loss in 10 years. Am I a buyer of a company that's losing for the first time in 10 years? I probably am not. I'll wait for it to, show itself. It could be a great buying opportunity. It definitely could. But, I'm not someone that's going to buy after a pretty serious news event like that. Why would you want to be a buyer of something that's losing for the first time in 10 years? So, yeah, I think you leave this one alone, guys. I mean, maybe there's some. I would look for a continuation to the downside. That would be my look for. If you guys like to trade, maybe post earnings continuation, I would just look for. I would look for that downside continuation. To be honest, that's what I'd be looking for, guys. I don't see how this company can. I don't see how this pops back after that type of news, right? That's not good. It's not good. So. watch out. Netflix, I'd look for earnings continuation to the downside. And, maybe the margin's gone, so I'd be a little bit careful. But, if we start breaking under 250, guys, you probably start to see some flushes. Really ugly. Really ugly. Costco. Love this chart. Absolutely love this chart on Costco. Why? I'll show you right now. Probably shared this one too. Let's see if we can see what it... Yep. Here we go. Costco. As long as cost is above 580, there's opportunity for upside. This will be a key hold moving forward. Monitoring XLP, seeing if the strength is there. Resistance up towards 595. Couldn't be more spot on that one either. So right here, guys, you can see 580 just continues to hold. 580 is just a telling people to trade Facebook. Hey, man. I told people to trade Facebook yesterday, and we had about what is this? A 6% move off the break and retest. Go outside. So Costco 580, you guys can see right here. 580 on Costco is a pretty sick hold. This is a previous resistance. 1, 2, 3 resistance. You break out, you pull back, you have a perfect break and retest of that 580 level. I love that. Right? I love that it's holding 580. That is very bullish right here. Boom, boom. Every time it's tested 580, it goes ahead and holds and finds strength, right? You can see rejections, support, and you get a push higher, right? Rejection, hold, support. And I'm not telling people to buy Facebook long term. It was a trade. It's a difference. Rejections, I don't own Facebook shares. You know that. I don't like Facebook long term. So hopefully that makes you more comfortable knowing that I don't own Facebook shares. It was a technical setup. It cleaned and it worked. Thank you, Diego. Great job. Rejections right there. Support, double bottom. Look at the retest. Beautiful stuff. You got a little bit of resistance up here at 596s, but it looks like Costco's trying to get through it. So if Costco gets through this top here, there could definitely be some some upside move, right? 596, boom, upside channel. I would look for maybe this push if the XLP is strong, right? If the XLP is strong. But look at this. This is just textbook stuff. This is textbook stuff. Yeah, I don't know why they do it either, Josh. They shouldn't even be here. Why even watch me? Rejection, support. Beautiful stuff. Game Boy Tommy, I do what I want, man. I'm not, I'm always going to be myself here. If you're going to make dumb comments, I'm not going to just let them go. Do what I want. I'm going to always be myself here. Come here and be myself. XLP. Costco, you want to watch the XLP today with Costco. If the XLP is strong, Costco should be strong as well. If the XLP is strong, you watch Walmart on this breakout, which is another one that I don't have on the schedule, but could be pushing through, right? Look at this Walmart hold. Right here, you guys can see this is a really nice setup on Walmart. I know I just sort of changed here to Walmart, but this looks very nice as well. Look at this right here, guys. Look at this wedge on Walmart. Really nice stuff. You guys can see the uptrend. You guys can see the upside rejection. 1, 2, 3. They sort of rejections to the upside. But if the XLP is strong today, which it looks like it is going to be, right here you can see, I would definitely watch that Walmart breakout today, guys, without a doubt. And if the XLP is strong, I would watch Costco, which is pushing through right now. And if all of that works out, you guys can see XLP, very strong. Retest of previous all-time highs right there. You guys can see right here. Rejection and support. Rejection and support right there. Boom, boom. So I like that a lot. We talked about that. Let me see. I think I have that chart. I want to show you what it looked like before, just to give you an idea of the break and retest. There it is. Retest of all-time high on XLP at $78 a share. That is a break and retest, right? Because you have previous resistance. You have it coming back to retest it, right? And there's your reaction off the break and retest. So just again, awesome stuff. Break and retest just can't be beat. So another nice little setup there. XLP, if that continues, upside. Okay, Procter & Gamble, strong part of the XLP, right? And had good earnings this morning, so that should help. Procter & Gamble actually making a really nice technical setup. Why do I say that? This was a previous support level that you guys can see. Again, you're going to get sick of me saying this, but it was a break and a retest. That's what it was. It was a break of previous support. It was a retest. Turn it into support once again, right there, holding all the moving averages. A little bit of a flag. I think Procter & Gamble has opportunity here, guys. And it definitely could continue if the XLP is strong. There looks to be some resistance in this 161 level, so watch out for that. But if you get over the 161s, and the XLP is strong today, I would look for this push, maybe up to 164s, 165s. And if the XLP is at all-time highs, guys, why is Procter & Gamble not, right? Yeah, I've definitely been wrong playing the retest, Balti, for sure. Trying to think of one. There's been a few. There was one noticeable one that I forgot what it was. Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. It's just a high probability setup. That's all it comes down to. It's a high probability setup. So, I don't play them all. I see a lot of them, but I don't play them all. And sometimes the ones that I play just don't work. So it definitely it's not always going to work, but it happens a lot, guys. You can see it. I mean, I'm not making these charts up, right? I don't draw these candlesticks myself. Like I'm not like somehow hacking Thinkorswim to create these candles. I've showed you like 5 or 6 retests. I've showed you like 5 or 6 retests on as you watch my stream. So it's not like it's something I'm making up here. If you don't like it, you don't like it. But it's here. It's on the charts. So it's on the charts. So this is a break and retest right here, right? Break, retest. You can see the previous levels of support, and it turned it into support again. So that is just nice stuff. And if you can see a break through 161, then you can probably get some upside. So yeah. Okay, XLF. Interesting chart, and a sector I would watch because, does this come back? And thanks, Sierra, for pointing this out this morning. Probably watching. I appreciate it because this is interesting what you posted about the XLP or the XLF. Here, I'll give a shout out to Sierra. Where's his post? XLF. Financials along with the home builders and transports can recover. Huge for the Dow. which should lift the other indexes as well. Yeah, I mean, I agree. If the Dow is going to gain strength, which it seems like it is, financials could probably gain strength as well. And maybe there's an opportunity on financials. So a lot of them are in. Goldman Sachs, is in a pretty tough spot. JP Morgan has been in a really tough spot. Citibank's been tough. Bank of America's been tough. The rising rates help out the financials. Does the Dow strength help out financials? Does the XLF sort of try to bounce here off the 37s? I don't know. There's the downtrend that you have at the top of this channel, and do we have some opportunity here on the financials? I would be watching it. I'm not saying that I'm very confident on it yet, because financials are pretty funky sometimes the way they move. So I would just monitor the financials, guys. I would keep it. I would keep it on your watch list. Have a little watch list, right? Keep the XLF up there. Keep an eye on how it's doing. If you're starting to see some momentum here, I would keep an eye on the banks. All right. So that's what I got for you guys. Now we got the live stream. Well, we got nothing. So, hey, I appreciate you guys for supporting the channel. I try to give back to you by giving you a way to look at tickers with me. But looks like only one person put it in. So it is what it is. So LNG, that is what we're looking at. LNG. Energy. Okay. All right, so yeah, first of all, let's take a look at the XLE to get some context. XLE, very strong, right? Has continued to hold this 20 SMA. I don't love the XLE being this extended past, check out ASML. All right, I'll check it out. Thanks, Sierra. I don't love the fact that it's deviated over the 20 SMA. That's a little bit concerning to me, right? This is for people that are part of the YouTube membership. So it's just a way to support the streams, guys. If you support the streams, if you like the streams, you can press that join button down below, and you get access to this little spreadsheet. So XLE, I don't love how it's deviated over the 20, so there could be opportunity for an XLE pullback, especially if you see some tech strength. There could be some rotation, right, out of the XLE. I wouldn't say it becomes bearish, but maybe a little bit of rotation. If there is tech strength, maybe XLE cools off just a little bit, and if it does, you get the same thing as you've gotten here, right? Deviation from the 20 SMA and pullbacks, right? Deviation, pullback, deviation, pullback, deviation, pullback to the 20 SMA. So my best guess would be a pullback is coming soon to this 20, and that probably affects LNG a little bit if it's an energy name. So just be careful of this top up here around 144. It looks really tough. You guys can see just a lot of this whole zone up here looks like a pretty heavy top. A lot of rejections as you start to approach here. You are now trading below the 20, which is not great. And you can see over the last 5 days, this thing has started to reject the 20. Look at this. Reject, 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 and a huge rejection yesterday. Look at all those candles that were rejecting under the 20. That is a difference in price action, right? What was LNG doing prior to that? It was holding the 20. Holding the 20, holding the 20, right? Now it's rejecting the 20. I would be careful, right? I would be careful. Okay, ASML. Semis. What did they report this morning? Damn, nice move. EPS beat, sales beat. Anything notable? They issued Q2 guidance. That's good. Wells Fargo price target increased to $9.75. Damn. Okay. So, yeah, I mean, big move this morning on ASML. It's been pretty beat down. looks sort of similar to like Nvidia's chart at a little bit of a higher scale. But you guys can see, no, I don't look at wheat stocks. No, if there was any day to look at them, I guess it would be today. But no, I don't. So you guys can see nice little bottom here around the 600 level, and now you're trading at 651. So you got some room, but just I would be a little bit cautious of this area. This looks a little heavy to me. Just be careful of like the 670s, the 700s. This looks a little bit heavy up here, right? I could totally see, something like this. Maybe a little bit consolidation here. So yeah, good for the semis, but I would just watch out for this technical level. If I go to the 4-hour chart, you're going to see it even better. Look, right? You got your earnings push, but look at all this. This is a lot of supply up here, right? A lot of supply. Previous resistance into support. This is going to be tough to get through, right around 670. So I'd watch for that, 670 today. All right, guys, that's going to be it for me. I'm going to head over to the Discord. If you guys want to join, it's down below. You don't have to. If you want to come trade with, with all of us, it's a professional environment. Trade every day, winner or loser. I share everything. You guys, I'm a pretty stand-up guy. So if you guys want to come trade, come learn from other people, not just me. It's not all about just me in that chat. It's a lot of other people that are here in the live stream that are, constantly contributing, and it's just an awesome environment. Daniel, thank you for joining Priority Members. Appreciate you, Daniel. Tomorrow, I'll get you. You can get in there, but go to here. If you go to my channel, if you go to membership, and then you'll see on membership, you'll see, the people that are part of the membership will have these links. So you just press this link, right? Just press this link, and you'll have it. All right, guys. Thanks again. Press the like button if you could. How are we doing on the likes? Pretty weak. Not bad. 364 likes. You joined and couldn't find me. Well, I'm sorry to find that, man. I don't know. You could have reached out, or you could have. If I missed your message, I'm sorry, but yeah, I'm there. I'm there every day. And this is what Moby just sent. Really nice. Really good for the professionalism, Moby. Thanks, man. Anyways, thank you guys so much. I appreciate you. You must have joined the wrong chat, Tim. I don't know what you joined, because I'm definitely there. So thank you guys. Press the like button, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you guys. I will see you guys. Yeah, look, we need a little bit of a pop here on the chart. Can we get a little bit of a spike, little breakthrough on the chart here? All right, guys. Thanks so much. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace out.